All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Cooked Podcast. So here we have Dr. Tony, Dr. Tony Lopez in the house. That's crazy, man. This is actually really like unreal for both of us because he's a big like inspiration. Obviously, he's a doctor and he has his own practice. He owns his own practice, and that's something that is very admirable to us, to me and Alex.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're super glad to have you here.
Well, thanks. It's good to be here.
Yeah,
I
no
appreciate it. I know you guys outside of here personally. We're good friends outside of here, so this just made sense. To be here. But it's an honor. Yeah,
I appreciate.
I love the spot too, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
spot. Yeah,
We're still working on everything. Still, it's only our 4th episode, so we're still testing things out. We got some things to fix and some things that we're doing right too. But I know you guys have a relationship, obviously, off of the podcast too.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I met Tony how long ago? How long has it been since
It's been about a year.
It's been about a year.
Yeah.
So about a year ago, when I started doing my trainings and stuff, because that's the business that I own, he came up to me with both his daughters, Ari and Lexa, and I've been training them for a year now. So it's been good, man. It's been a cool process seeing them grow and stuff.
Right.
It's been crazy for sure.
Did I ever tell you? And I don't want to take over your stuff.
Go ahead.
Doing,
do it.
So when my girls were first gonna train with you, I'd heard around town. I was like, "Hey, Alex, he doesn't hold back." By the way, and I was like, "All right, what does that mean for my girls?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's just he'll tell them how it is, and I'm like, good.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, that is awesome.
I appreciate that.
And bro, my girls,
Yeah.
you know it.
Yeah.
They are absolutely obsessed with the way you train,
Yeah.
and they're just the relationship has been amazing.
No, I love it. I think that's a cool thing with just what I do and falling in love with that process of training and mentoring kids, bro. Is they almost they pretty much end up being like my younger siblings.
Yeah.
That's a good way of looking at it for me. I obviously am there to make them better players and to train them well and to be more of a mentor, but at the same time, I'm a big brother to them for sure. So it's cool seeing kids go from being a little shy and timid because of what they hear.
Right.
And then once they get comfortable with me, we can obviously have banter, but then I'm still going to push them and I'm still going to make them do the best that they can every training.
And Alexia will banter with you.
Me and Alexia banter so much, it's crazy. That girl has something to say every 5 minutes.
She has spunk since
so
she
funny,
was
man.
little.
Yeah, really? I feel like Ari's going to be like that too, though.
Oh, she will.
When
she's
older,
already
for sure.
like that,
she's
at
sassy.
home.
She's a sassy one, dude.
Yeah.
I'll catch her sometimes when I have to fix her mistakes when she's dribbling the ball a certain way. She'll roll her eyes at me, and I look at Alexa. I'm like, oh, really?
All right.
She's rolling her eyes now. Okay.
Hey, now he's opening up about that. I have to talk to the girls.
No, dude, I love it, man. I love it. No, I appreciated it too because I remember when you guys first came to me. We were trained at Chihuahua. We did the one training, and then you're like, all right, dude, let's do it. Let's sign up for more sessions.
Man.
So it was good, man. It was really cool to see. And within that first session that I had both your girls, they improved visually right there from the stuff that I was showing them. And I think that's really important too to make sure that from someone that's trying to provide a service to you as a parent, I want to make sure you guys see the results. I don't want to just take your money and then it just be okay, yeah, you're running trainings, here you go. It has to be something where you see a process, you see it actually go into form, and you see it actually blossom into something that's actually working. That's key, bro, with anything.
They bought in from the beginning because I don't think that anybody had ever trained them at that speed.
Yeah.
To say boom, go, and it was consistent like that.
100%.
So
Yeah.
no, man, we're
I love it.
That's a beautiful relationship too.
No, for sure, man. It is because we've had so many good conversations just from that interaction, and we talk about so much other even business endeavors,
stuff.
all sorts of stuff. So no, I appreciate you, man. You're definitely someone that I look up to, a mentor, a friend.
Thank you, man.
And I'm just as excited to have you on the pod, man. It's cool, bro.
Thank you, man.
For sure.
So ever since Johnny introduced us, I was like, man, this guy is doing it out here, really actually serving the community, trying to help people out in any way that you can. How long have you been a doctor for a dentist?
Yeah, so I've been a dentist for 10 years. And the thing is, I've been in dental though for about 20.
Oh,
so
dang.
because it's I was an assistant, and then like I'll count the dental school, you know, days, and those were about 4 years, and then I was an assistant for a while before that, off and on, and things like that, and during my undergrad. But I just I mean I've been doing it for about that long, and it's just crazy to think about that right now. Like I mean it's just like this question, I'm like, oh dang. 10 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
But I, you know, and it's developed over time. Like it started off as a dream just to be able to help people with tooth pain, like get them out of pain. Like that was kind of one of the first things that drove me. It's like I want to help people like that. But I also kind of was interested in the art part of dentistry. Not that I can like draw good, none of that art stuff, but like I am interested in like developing a new look for people, like as a new smile or things like that. That's always like interested me. And then over time, that's what I got into. And so now I've just kind of settled in as that. Like, so cosmetic dentistry, I've been doing for about 3 years.
3 years, okay.
So that's been the one that is like kind of like taken me to a whole nother level of dental, because cosmetic dentistry, to do that level of dental, you have to know quite a bit about all the different specialties, because you work in conjunction with other, you know, specialists. And so you got to understand what they're doing and how it works with you and oral surgeons and periodontists and all that. So
I get that.
That's kind of been the.
I would imagine that takes a different kind of eye too for the cosmetic dentistry as well. And obviously, if you're starting out as a doctor, I don't think you could right away get into that too. But 10 years, that's a good amount of experience too. So, how long did it take you to become a doctor, to get that title?
So I went. It was a trajectory of more or less about, we're gonna say, 9 years.
9 years
to do it. It's supposed to take 8, but I kind of, you know, like it was undergrad. So I didn't fully my moments.
It's only a year more though.
We're human.
It's all good.
I love it, man.
So it took about 9 years, and then you know, once I focused though, it was like, okay, this is it. This is what it is. So and then like I said, I did a lot of like stuff before dental school that was like assisting and all that kind of thing. But what moment was it for you that you realized like, okay, let me get into more cosmetic, like, okay, I want to fix someone's smile, or I want to make someone's appearance to where they build more confidence off of that. I'd like to hear a story like that. I feel like that'd be good. You know, I sometimes I wish I had this like crazy moment, like everything, but it was literally just scrolling through Instagram. I was like, I love how these people like are the before and afters.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if you've gotten that on your feed.
Dude,
it's wild.
Yeah, of course.
It's a rabbit hole. You'll go down a rabbit hole.
You
You're
can
just like, oh shit, you can go here. Yeah, no, I
like
get that.
The dental side of Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew, but Alex has the dental side.
I look into it a little bit.
No, I honestly started looking at, you know, different work and stuff like that. But when I actually saw and was inspired by some of these dentists on there, I went and I just took like the heaviest courses for dental, for cosmetic. Took the heaviest, like most advanced courses to do it, and then just decided that's what I'm going to do. And then I traveled down to Brazil. I told you guys this. You thought I was just coming from there.
Honestly.
Like, wait, was this last week? I was like, no, bro. Like, it's been a couple years, but
maybe I missed that story.
You know, who knows? Who knows? But so I went down there, and because I had seen this lab that it's just like so amazing, the work that they were producing. I go down, and I'm in like a country, they speak Portuguese down there, you know, it's like, and I was trying to talk to people, and they were just kind of like, okay, like, you know, and then I would speak Spanish. And I don't know if I was just not speaking the right way, but nobody was understanding me.
There's different dialects. It's weird.
Right?
Yeah, because when I was in Dominican, Like, I'm not fluent in Spanish at all, but I was trying to speak Spanish that I know here.
Yeah.
They had no idea what I was saying.
Right.
And there's people there that speaks Portuguese a bit too, and I was just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah, dude. So like when I was trying to like just chat with people, like I thought, okay, I'm gonna speak Spanish. I think they'll understand, and nobody did. And I was like, this is very uncomfortable. And I would speak to them in English. And obviously, you know, it was like same, but a little. They understood me more actually in English than in Spanish. I was like, okay, this is crazy. Anyway, the lab that I found was in a city called Goiânia.
Okay.
And you know, it's like I flew into Sao Paulo, and then from Sao Paulo, it's another about 2-3 hour flight, and went into Goiânia. And as soon as I got there, the guy from the lab, because I had texted him, the owner, Jomar, it's like if we were family.
That's so cool.
Like, he brought me in. Cool. He fed me. Yeah. Like, he made churrasco. So
churrasco,
like,
yeah.
Oh, you know about that.
Yeah,
picanha. I actually got picanha here from you.
Yeah.
That one day.
Yeah.
So he fed me that.
That's
we
insane.
had an amazing time. And then he bought all my kids jerseys, soccer jerseys.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, every single one of them. And said, this is for your family. And we've been like family ever since. Yeah.
That's cool,
ever since,
man.
dude. So, yeah. And then I use them for my cosmetic stuff because he's literally like the best. So
is he speaking to you in English or Spanish?
Portuguese.
Portuguese? Oh, okay.
But he can kind of understand me.
Okay.
Like, and then I speak this like weird way, like when I'm talking like to them.
Yeah.
Like I'll like say stuff in Spanish, but I kind of like throw an accent of
Yeah.
Portuguese on it, and then
they'll get it.
They're kind of like, I get what you're doing. It doesn't sound that good, but like, okay, like you're trying, you know.
Just tell him Ronaldinho, Neymar.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I led with that. You know, it's
Always
like
land with soccer.
Every
time.
You know this.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, you start a conversation with soccer.
Yeah.
It's good. You're good.
You're good.
I do the right thing.
Speaking of eating, we should definitely get into that.
Oh
yeah, because this is gonna be frozen.
Frozen's crazy.
So we'll get Tony's Dr. Tony's first reaction. This is Wagyu, by the way. This is the first time. Yeah, you can rip it apart if you want. Okay. First time cooking Wagyu. I know it's cold at this point,
it doesn't
but
matter.
Is it actually cold? No, it's not.
No.
Oh yeah, it's cold.
well, it's because we've been talking for a second.
I was eyeing it the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, the conversation's too good to just interrupt it.
Oh, man.
Wow.
What do you think, Alex?
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10?
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you 1 out of 10. I'm not saying it's 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a.
That still melts in your mouth.
I know. I'm gonna give it an 8.2 just because it's not warm. I feel like we just have yet to hit the warmth on a steak in the middle of a pod. But I just know if it's warm straight off the grill, it's a 10 out of 10. But
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
If it's fresh off the grill and you're eating it while it's warm, that's unreal. But I'd still choose this cold steak over like a restaurant steak.
Oh, that's a compliment.
You know what I mean? So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you think?
I agree. My wife and I would talk about how like, okay, we eat steak, we buy these like expensive steaks at a steakhouse and all this stuff. Yeah. And she's like, why do we do that? Like, you can just make that at the house. Yeah. Come get steak from you, and then I make it at the house. Dude, ooh. Like it's like she just loves it. And so it doesn't even make sense for us to like go out as much to steakhouses.
What do you think the best steakhouse you've been to though, if you had to pick?
I would say best one.
Probably Miami, huh?
Yeah.
Did you go to a steakhouse out there?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't.
There's a few that are pretty crazy.
I have. We just went to one with my associate, my doc over in Ellensburg. He was there at the same time, and it's called Bourbon. Okay. Bourbon Steak.
Where's that?
It's in Aventura.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. It's how it's like north of it, but that place was good. Yeah, I would say that's probably top.
Would you have a ribeye there, or
I had a
or
I had a
tomahawk?
wagyu.
Wagyu, yeah, nice.
Wagyu. Yeah. So,
Wagyu's always going to give you that experience.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like an experience at your house.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're not going to pay the same price
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
cook it yourself. But I got a
Sure.
really good question for you. And I'm actually excited to hear your answer on this.
Yeah.
But how do you think being Mexican and pursuing like dentistry in the U.S. has given you a unique perspective on your field and the community in general?
I'm actually glad you asked that.
Yeah.
Like, that is a really good question. Like, man, you got good questions. Like,
Appreciate that.
Yeah. I think, like, I want to tell a little bit of a story to answer that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was raised in Yakima. You guys know that?
Yeah.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
I think I told you guys that. But so being in Yakima, and there were dentists that my family knew that like we're really good friends with, and so I kind of grew up around dentists actually, and they inspired me, and they believed in me. You know, and I was like, man, like these guys, like they believe in me being a dentist, like, and so sometimes it kind of like, you know, motivated me to do it and all that. But my driving factor though actually has to do with that question. When I went to go shadow a dentist that my family knew, I got there and I was like, hey, like I didn't have an appointment. And so it was my bad. I didn't have an appointment. But when I sat in the waiting room and I asked the front desk, I said, hey, like I'm a high school student, but I want to get into dental. Yeah. And is there a way that maybe I can shadow one of the doctors? And I know Dr. Fife, like he was there. Yeah. And the lady, she's like, okay, like let me talk to the manager real quick. And the manager, he comes out. I waited a while. He was waiting in the waiting room, and then he says, "So who are you?" And I said, "Oh, my name's Antonio, and I wanna like shadow you guys because I want to be a dentist." And they're like, and he's like, "Okay." He's like, "What's your GPA?" And I was like, a 3. I think I had a 3.5 or 3.6 at the time. And he literally says, "Good luck," and turns around and walks away and leaves me in the waiting room. And I was like, okay, like I said, I was pissed, like 100%, you know, and I was 17 or 18 years old. And I was like, what? Like, did he not know? Like, I'm in running start right now. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm trying to do like this stuff. Like, I actually try to do like good things, and I'm dedicating myself to school. And so I started like really just kind of like getting upset. And then as I walked out, it's like, I don't know what happened, because usually I couldn't control myself that well if I were upset. Something clicked, and I was like, that is your driving factor. Right. What just happened right now will drive you for the rest of your life and your career. And so from there on out, it became a mission for me to actually do it. And it wasn't necessarily to prove that individual wrong, because I don't even know I don't even know his name. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't care. But it drove me to just like want to help the Hispanic community. Like, that was because I know for a fact that it was because I was Hispanic. The way he looked me up and down, the way he saw me, and I was poor. We were poor, and we didn't have much, and I don't know. I just had that feeling, you know. Yeah. And I'm not one to say like, I'm not one of these people who uses racial terms, like not racial terms, but like the racist card. I don't use it because I don't think I've ever needed to do that. But that moment, I know that was racist. I knew that. Yeah. And so that for me, it was like, okay, or at least xenophobe. You know, xenophobe. What do they say?
Yeah.
You know, it's not full on racist,
Yeah.
but so. Anyway, that for me was a driving factor. So it became a mission for me to say, okay, I'm going to do everything I can to help the Hispanic community and then give back.
Yeah.
And yeah. I don't know if you guys have had a moment like that, but that's.
I'll let you go first. I don't know if you have. You've also kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. You kind of knew what you were gonna do, and I don't think you had people surround and support you the whole time. Because did you ever have to go to like another butcher to like get a?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I never had to go to another butcher, but I know me and you, or you and I have had this conversation before, and it was actually at Johnny's wedding.
That's right. Yeah. We did
And
talk
so he actually told me this story off camera, and the reason that it got brought up was because I asked him, because for me, my biggest motivational factor, well, not the biggest, but one of the biggest, probably second or third, is probably like people that did doubt me, you know, before this all happened.
Yeah.
And I know right now people that are like coming into the store and meeting me now, I mean, they probably wouldn't doubt me because I've already done a good amount of things.
Right.
I mean, I feel like I still need to do a lot, but
So yeah, people now, they come into the store, they see you, they know that, okay, obviously he's done a lot, but obviously you still have more to do, which I agree.
yeah, of course.
Let's go.
Yeah, they know Jose. They know the name now.
Yeah, they know Juanitos, they know Jose. But yeah, of course, when you're first throwing ideas or visions at people, they're gonna tell you. Yeah, they're gonna tell you like, oh, it's not possible.
I experienced that a ton,
Yeah.
especially with what I wanted to do coming from here. Especially being me, like who I was. Like I grew up around nothing but kids that played over in Pasco area, and all those kids were legit so good at soccer. And I was always that kid that was good, but was I ever like the best completely? I would honestly have to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I was not the best player. But the thing that drove me was seeing other players have the talent, but not the work ethic. Knowing that I had the work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I used my work ethic to prove not only to myself, but to everybody. Because, dude, I remember when I was literally a kid, I would tell everybody, I'm going to play pro. I'm going to get paid to play soccer. Like, I'm talking elementary school. And I remember one time, and it was literally in my yearbook, my senior year, I got awarded like most ambitious like kid or what, I can't remember what it was, or like somebody that knows what they want to do for a career, and I said professional soccer, and like people would literally look at that shit and laugh.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I didn't even like, I personally didn't get upset, or I didn't get really like frustrated by that, because I was like, I'm so excited to prove all these people that they have no idea what they're talking about. And then I remember, dude, when I first signed pen to paper and I posted on my Instagram, the amount of people that flooded my messages and flooded my likes and comments, like, dude, I'm so proud of you, congrats. I'm like, bro, like, I've been told you this is what I was gonna do.
Right.
Like, but I think that that's such a key factor, like, with whatever someone's dream or ambition is like having not necessarily people that look at you and don't think you're gonna do it, but knowing that the odds are against you.
Yeah.
And you're proving that odds don't even matter, because when you're in control of your life and you're in control of the situation, you can make the most out of it and you can make it happen. And I think for me, that was a big factor with me being able to go play overseas and stuff like that, because I knew from probably age 14, 15 that I wasn't the best player, but I was also that player that was willing to put in the work to become the best player. And then when I did become the best player, that was when everyone's just like, oh shit, like, yeah, Sotelo is legit. Like, you can't deny it. Like, you cannot deny that to me, no matter what. And I think that's really important too, especially with your business and with your business. Nobody can deny what you guys do and how good the quality is that you do it.
Yeah.
No matter if they believed in you or not, it's there.
I like that.
The proof is in the pudding, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's really important, and I think it's cool.
I like
There you
that.
go. Yeah.
Proof is in the pudding.
It's in the pudding,
That's what
man.
it is, man. Come on.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
So,
But, yeah,
what
I
impact?
agree.
What impact do you hope to leave on this community and like just this world in general?
Great question.
Yeah, it's another good one.
It's a deep
I'm like, I gotta dig.
Yeah, hold up.
Get deep. Get deep.
Walk in,
All right,
bro.
man.
Goodness.
Shoot. When I talk to my kids about what I do and all that, they would never be a dentist, except for Arya.
Really? Aria?
She likes it. Like, I show her like a
Really?
dental implant, like a bloody dental implant.
She's like
She's
interested
like,
in
Dad,
stuff?
that's cool. And I'm like,
Really?
and all my other kids are like, Dad, we're eating.
I could see it.
Like, it's
Oh,
just-
you show it at the
Oh yeah,
at
sometimes
the
too.
dinner
Like,
table.
I'll be like, oh, check what I did or whatever.
So
They're
funny.
like,
Just mid-bite.
no. yeah, mid bite,
Yeah.
like right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the impact for me is like what I tell my family is the main thing is I got this advice in dental school, and it says one of my instructors told me, don't just be the dentist in your area who's the Hispanic dentist.
Mhm.
Be the best dentist in your area who just so happens to be Hispanic.
I love that. That's a good one.
That was another driving
Yeah.
factor for me.
Yeah.
And so that's actually my goal is to wherever I go to try to be there's amazing dentists and they do amazing work. And man, I've got friends in Miami who are doing stuff like you wouldn't even believe, right? Like amazing stuff. And I learned from that. It's like I was just hanging out with some of them last month, and it was like I just learning and absorbing as much as I could. But you got to rub elbows with these people for you to be at that level at some point in your life. And so for me, it's that's the goal for me, is wherever I go to try to be at that top tier level.
Yeah.
Because we got to set that example. So
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we invited you on the podcast, was because obviously we get along and we love you as an individual.
Thanks,
but
man.
also the value that you're trying to provide for this community and wherever you decide to go. I think it's going to be huge. It's already huge, big influence out here too.
thank you.
But
Thanks.
do you have any questions for him too, Alex?
I got
Yeah,
a really
what's
good
up?
question for you.
I like
How
you gotta
in-
look out for
Yeah,
Alex's
no,
questions.
you're good. My questions are here.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is to surround yourself with people that are going to push you and motivate you to like get to that next part of your like journey with work, with success and all that? Because you mentioned when you're in Miami, you're with the big dogs, right? You're
Yeah.
with people that are doing staggering numbers. I can only imagine, because in
Yeah.
Miami you have to be doing that,
Yeah,
otherwise
yeah.
you're going to drown. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's either swim or sink.
It is.
Especially
It is.
there.
It is.
I can't imagine. So how important is it for you in your field and just in general to be able to like surround yourself with those types of people?
That's literally everything in my career, as much as it is like for you growing up
100%.
playing it. Like you got to play against the best,
To be
right?
associated with the best.
Is to be associated, to
agree.
even have
Even have that type of conversation.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like you were saying, like rubbing up elbows. Like,
Oh, yeah.
They're not just gonna have those types of conversations with anybody from the
No.
street, bro. Like you gotta have a resume. Like you gotta show that like you're
Yeah.
a part of that demographic to even be in that demographic.
right.
So I get
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I feel. And it's when I was first coming out of school,
Yeah.
I thought I knew
Yeah.
what I needed to know. And I was like even my mentor, I would kind of like get on him I'd be like, dude, I already know that. But he was, I remember sometimes he'd be like, just shut up and listen, you
Yeah.
know, like, and cause
Really?
honestly, I was that guy.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, I look back at that and, I've got slapped around since then, it's like, man, dentistry will humble you.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like it will humble you. You get a patient who like doesn't want to be in the chair.
Really?
You get a patient who, is upset with you, and nobody likes to be in the chair, right? Like getting dental work done.
Yeah.
I've only met one person, crazy,
That
who
likes
loved getting dental work
Yeah.
with no anesthetic.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Yeah. And he said that he loved it. Like it was his,
Like
he's like,
getting
it
the-
just like drove him
Jesus,
like for
what
the
did
day.
he do?
Bodybuilder or
Starbucks.
Oh,
something?
no
Yeah.
way. He's a Starbucks barista.
Starbucks. I mean, yes.
That's
What he
Starbucks?
does. Yeah.
That's pretty
He works
rad.
there.
Guys,
Yeah.
that's
I don't
just-
know if he works there anymore. I think he works somewhere else. I saw him the other day. I was like, hey, you still like getting dental work? He's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
It's wild.
I look forward to it. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
But what I was getting at is like, is like for, I don't even know where I was getting at. What was I even saying? Like, what were we talking about when we were?
We were talking about how how important it is to. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Oh my-
But Just like how important it is to surround yourself with like the right people to push you, and like how your mentor is telling you to shut up, but like
yes, okay, yeah. So I thought I knew it all, right?
But when you get into it, you're like,
you
oh,
get
shit,
slapped around.
Yeah.
You get
Sounds
slapped
like an
around.
Alex type of mentor.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. Top level.
Yeah, top
level dentistry? Top level dentistry.
Come up.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's a marketing scheme.
Hey, it might be.
We can
Might
run
be.
it. We can run it.
Yeah, let me know.
Hit top bins, get some teeth.
Oh, that's actually sick.
Yeah.
No, I think that's important too, because when you mentioned that you were in Miami with like crazy people that are doing so well, it reminded me of when I first went to Europe to go play. Mm-hmm. I thought I was the shit. I go to Europe, first training, bro, I'm getting circles ran around me, bro, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know shit. So I think it's really important, whatever field you're in, to go through that experience, to go through that moment where you're like, oh shit, like I might be good where I'm at, but around the world, wherever the big fish are, I'm not there yet. Because then you're able to observe, you're able to be that sponge, and you're able to learn and absorb as much information and try to apply it to what you're good at. Yeah. Right? I think that's a big thing that I try to teach my kids that I train, and just in general with life, is like absorb information from different people that you surround yourself with, not because you like want to be them, but because you know what they bring to the table will benefit you as a person and build you up as a person. Like that's a big thing for me, as to why I choose the certain people that I choose to be around. Like even with Jose, with my friends, with just all that kind of good stuff. I think that's really important, is to just be a sponge, absorb information, but also be able to apply it. So I think that goes back and forth with what you do and obviously what you do too.
Yeah, and actually I was interested in hearing about you and you, because like even the podcast, I know we're like kind of like bringing me on here and stuff, but Alexia talks about you, and Aria talks. They talk about you and how, you developed, and like some of the stories you tell them and things that you say. But what was that like? I mean, shoot, like I felt really blown away when I had to like touch the first tooth, right? Like that was like that was really crazy. But for you, being in Europe, and I mean, how good are these guys compared to us over here? I mean, you see it on TV; they're amazing. You know what I mean?
It's
but
different
like
seeing it in person. I'll be the
okay. I was gonna say. So, what did that feel like? Like,
I think obviously the first day I got there and I realized that I was a part of that, it's like, holy shit, like I've made it. Yeah. But like, bro, you don't make it until you're actually like playing minutes. Okay. So when I first went to Europe, I was in Spain. I've told Jose this story a little bit, but I haven't really dived super deep into it. But I had to pay to go there. So I got a Facebook message from a scout through Facebook, because I had a little highlight tape on Instagram or on YouTube from when I played over in Tacoma. I played for the Tacoma Stars Reserves, and then I played for the Stars a bit. And then from there, I had him reach out saying, hey, you look like a really good American player. We're looking to bring a few guys on. We already have a player from your area over here. His name was Lennon Guzman, he was a really good friend of mine. He's still a good friend of mine. He coaches at Wenatchee now, the community college. Oh, nice. But he was the one that first went over there, and then they kind of just told me, like, this is the rundown. You pay a fee. We'll get you into these dorm-like house, and we pretty much just bring all these talented players who literally have no name, and we're literally giving you a platform to go out there and prove yourself to this pro team. And the team that I was on trial with was Leganes, and they were in Madrid, so they're right outside of Madrid. So you have Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and then Leganes, and they're obviously, out of the three teams that are in that league over there, they're the bottom team for sure, but they're still a La Liga team. Like
dude, I've played with that team on FIFA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is huge.
That team, like, you go on
if they're on FIFA, that's legit. I don't know.
I'm not on the roster.
That would be sick though. I'm at Juanito's
podcast. But dude, when I got there, I really didn't think there was going to be a lot of kids there. Like I thought it was going to be very select. Bro, there was probably like 30 heads, bro, in like a 6-bedroom big ass house. But I'm talking like they had bunk beds on each corner of the walls, like 4, 6, 8. I'm talking 8 heads, bro, per room. Dang. And all these kids, my age, maybe a year younger, maybe a few years older. I was 19 at the time, so I'm going against from 18-year-olds all the way to like 24-year-olds, and all these guys have the same dream as me, and they're from Africa, England, like I'm talking all over the world. Some of them don't even speak English, and I'm in the same room as them. And like we're all getting together. We had this lady who would pretty much, she was like our maid. She was like our mom at the house, and she spoke no English at all. I didn't know Spanish really well. Her name was Maria, wonderful woman, unreal. She did all our laundry. She made us pasta, chicken and rice, and then eggs. That was it. That's all we ate there. We ate nothing else but that, unless we went out on our own to go get our own food, like during the day or whenever we had free time. But she would have to make food for 30 dudes, bro. Like in between 18 and 24. Like that's a lot of food.
So it
was generic, and it was consistent every week. Yeah. It was the same thing. But it was cool. And then you go to the training the first day, and you realize everyone that you're living with, you're going against.
Oh, okay.
It's like either you or me, bro. Like, and we're playing the same position. It's either you or me.
Gladiator style.
It's dead ass like that. It was crazy, and you didn't realize it until you were in it. And then once you were in it, that first week, the whole dynamic of the house shifted, bro. Like, it got pretty, like, it was cliquey. Like, oh, good players with good players, shittier players with shittier. Like, it's crazy. And when I finally, I got pushed aside there, I was working with this agent. His name's Morris Page, and now he works with the biggest names in the industry. I'm talking, like, bro, he was literally just had dinner with Modric, like, last night. I have him on Instagram. I'll show you. It's insane.
That is wild.
It's insane. And, like, with, he's, like, he goes to Real Madrid's facility and just sits on the sidelines where they do their practice and has conversations with Jude Bellingham, all those guys. And he was working for me essentially, like representing me. And then I was there for a month with Leganés. I signed with them, and then they sent me over to Italy, and then I got to play in Italy. And then that was when I had like my first actual like team atmosphere. Like I was with the U23 team when I was in Leganés, and just within that player pool. And then when they're like, hey, you're good enough, like you've proven yourself within this month, we're going to send you over to a Serie B team over in Monza, which was in Italy. And I played 2 months with them. And the first time I played over there, I played against them. So I had to go against the team, and then those coaches had to see me play against their players in order for me to get picked up to get playing time on their team. So it was, bro, but when you get there, the touches on the ball compared to here, they're so much more intelligent. Their first touch goes into the direction they need to go to. It's no more than 3 touches. And if you have a one-on-one, you're beating that player every time. Otherwise, you're getting lit up by a defender, and they're coming at you, cleats up on your ankle. It's insane. Like, and it's just like, it's a part of the game. Yeah. Like, completely a part of the game.
So they're much more aggressive.
Oh, extremely. Because, like, the reality is like, that's their job, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's either, if I don't finish this tackle 6 times out of 6 times in the game, another player is going to take my position, and then I'm losing money.
Well, and then they recruit people from, like, really poor countries, too.
Dude, yeah, 100%.
And it's like, dude, they're trying to fight for their life.
Oh, yeah,
and
they're
this
trying
is
to put a meal on
out.
It's their only out. Like, here we have all the opportunity in the world for, like, so many different things.
Right.
And that was another thing for me, which was a motivating factor growing up, was understanding that from just the kids that I grew up with in Pasco. Those kids, bro, after school, all they're doing is playing ball.
Yeah.
I was playing soccer, basketball, baseball, football. I did all sports my whole life, and then I was just like, oh, I want to stick with soccer. But over there, that's all they do. Yeah. There's no other sport. And it's just like, if you're good enough, like, you're going to pursue that career, and that's literally all they did. Yeah. So, but like you were asking, just the level is mentality and just simplicity.
Yeah.
How simple are you as a player? And that's what I try to preach to all the kids that I train. It's like, if you could have a good first touch, you could pass a ball really good, you could defend well, and you know what your job is on the field, and you could complete that task every game, and you're consistent, you're a good player.
Nice.
So I think that's
the basics.
The basics
get them right,
dude. The basics are so important, and that's an issue that a lot of clubs don't teach. It's pay to play, and then they just throw them in, and then they just figure it out. They don't develop.
That's why you gotta
not
go
a
top
lot
level.
of develop. Exactly.
So you go to top level.
But the development over there, that's all they're doing. Technical touches, all they're doing. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So.
Yeah. Well, I feel like as a player, when you make the basics look easy, that's when you're a good player.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? When you're passing the ball, first touch is good. First touch pass or whatever it is.
People don't realize like how hard like lobbing a 60-yard ball to the opposite side of the field while the dude's on the run, like in the middle of a game while someone's running at you full speed, you
Pressure's
got to be
on.
able to take a touch, boom, ping it, and then it's good. If not, it's behind them, and then we lose the ball.
Yeah.
So it's just there's just so many little details within the game that people don't really realize. Like you look at a highlight, you see people do like crazy skill moves and stuff. Like yeah, that's cool. Don't get me wrong. But the people that are able to do the basics consistently and constantly never lose the ball, those are the players that get paid because they're more reliable. It's the same thing with you bringing in meat that's really good consistently.
Yeah.
You being really good at what you do consistently. That's all it is. It's consistency.
Yeah.
So
Same thing.
but
Yeah.
obviously there's different levels to it.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your daughters have trained with them, and you're married, of course, as well. How has your family influenced you in your overall career as a dentist, and how have they supported you in that way? Because we're two young guys, we're single, single as can be.
Like, how does that work? I think a lot of pretty much my driving force when it comes to who I'm going to provide for obviously is them, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole economic side is definitely all them in every single way, but also the lessons that you take from business is also great to share with them. And so I think I always tried to definitely try to stretch myself into, I did the cosmetic thing, like, okay, the next level now, right? Like the next this, the next that. And then people thought I was crazy for opening up another practice in Ellensburg. I have a practice over there too.
Hey, you told me
That's
about it
awesome.
recently.
Dude, like, I'm not going to lie. It's tough because it's like the traveling, but I love it, right? And I love that practice. And the patients there and the staff there, oh my gosh, the staff are amazing. But what I've found is as I stretch myself, I'm able to now take more opportunities and more like I have more stories for the kids when I get back home.
That's cool.
And like we just had a really key employee quit, and it was tough. It was very tough. Oh my gosh, like this employee's been with me for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, it hit me pretty hard, and I just kind of, let it sink in. But I shared it with my family because they know this employee, because they have a relationship with this employee, because they've been there and stuff. And it was really nice sharing that and getting the feedback from Sandra, and getting the feedback from the kids. And they were saying, Dad, it's all right, like you'll bounce back, like it's all good. And it's kind of like, man, that's really good. Cool. Like now it's like, now they're kind of helping me with, going through some stuff. And it's like, now, okay, so that experience, not only did they help me, now they can help themselves
100%.
when they kind of go through some hard times.
Hardships.
Yeah, because those are all going to be there.
Yeah.
So I think as we've done this more, and Sandra has been a key player in this entire development.
That's your partner.
That's my partner, right?
Person,
and she's supported me all the way through dental school. She's done all that, but then in the practice, she actually worked there for 7 years.
Oh wow!
In the practice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
I love that.
I mean,
That's
it's
amazing.
good and hard.
Like,
There is
like
good
it's
days
not
and bad
all
days,
sunshine and rainbows. Like
That's funny.
like what we're gonna say, 80% of it is sunshine and rainbows, but there's some hard 20% there.
100%,
But we've grown a lot together, and we've now it's like she says, when you come home and you're tired and like you may not want to like have a conversation because you're just kind of stressed out, whatever. She's like, I understand you, and I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
Because I was there, or I know what the employee, like, I'm not gonna say what the employees did, but like the struggle you may have had with one of them or something.
What you deal with.
It's things you deal with. So it's cool because that support system is there. I love that. And I just love that my kids are able to see that and, fend for themselves later.
Of course.
How important is it for you, like, I guess even for as a man to find, like, to have that person in your corner and to have that woman that, like, is able to really, like, be there for you when you need them? You know what I mean? Because obviously me and Jose, we're young, we're single, but at some point we're all going to get to that point. So I think it's cool to hear that perspective from you, because obviously you have an established marriage, you have an established family, and I think that's beautiful. That's amazing,
Thank
right?
you,
So I think it'd be cool to hear just kind of how that process was of like meeting your partner, and then how you realized, okay, this is it.
Yeah. So Sandra and I grew up going to the same church.
Really?
When we were little.
Okay.
And I was really good friends with one of her family members, and we grew up together. And it was just like, but we never really had a conversation, like not even once, me and Sandra, when we were little, because I would always be, hanging out with her brother and her uncle, but she's got a big family, so her uncle's like just a little older than her, and so anyway, like as we were growing up, it was like she was always there, and I always knew about her family, and so her family and I are very close right from the beginning. And then so I went on a 2-year mission for my church, and my dad, I remember he he would write me, but like once in a while, and the letters he always wrote were very good. Like they were just, it was like, okay, Dad, like you definitely thought this out. And then like it was really harder because he was raised in Mexico.
Yeah.
The cursive and stuff.
Oh,
I
was like, how do you even read that?
It's
like it's like calligraphy.
Cursive right now would be crazy.
It'd be hard.
I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it.
I think he's saying this.
Yeah.
But I remember reading his letter, and it was like, he said, hey, I don't know if you've ever noticed Sandra, but you should take a look when you get back,
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's so cool.
My dad? That's the last thing I expected from my dad.
So my dad.
Yeah. I know, he's like the OG wingman.
Wingman.
Yeah.
W wingman.
Oh, yeah. But when I got back, and it was like I asked her out, and then, we just kind of went from there and stuff. And then, pretty quickly, we just knew that it was the right decision.
That's amazing,
and then so I what I found in her that I wasn't finding in maybe other women was the fact that she was always down to support me in every single way. And even though I know she wanted to do a lot of things, she would rather sacrifice anything for me to be able to get my goal. Even say, I'm going to wait on mine because I want to put you through dental school first.
That's insane.
That is hard to find.
That's,
It's almost impossible,
yeah,
right?
I was going to say that.
So for her to have that humility, I'm not saying that, like, for example, for my girls, of course I want them to, develop and, I want them to have their careers. And,
100%.
And I think that they're at that place where they want to do that. Sandra also wanted to do that, but her desire to start a family and to really be there was number one for her.
That's amazing.
And so that was so different for me. And I was like, cool. I'll go with this, and so that I think was a huge help. And her family, me knowing her family was a big part of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I mentioned this before we started the podcast. I feel like you'd be like the coolest dad ever, but but also I feel like she saw that in you too, like the potential to be like a really good husband as well. It wasn't just her. She saw that you were a good match for her too, so that's why she was willing to do that, and that's honestly a beautiful thing.
I don't know what she saw.
Oh, I was gonna ask you.
I don't know what she saw.
I was gonna ask you.
Like
funny.
everyone was like, man. So Sandra's always been thin.
And so, back then?
Not really. No.
Were you more of a shy guy?
I have been.
Okay.
So, even
mostly,
like most of the time and stuff, but I'm an introvert.
Okay.
But when I get in a group of maybe like 2 or 3 people that I'm really comfortable with, it's all good.
I love it.
But and when I get in a really big group, I'm more of an introvert.
Observer.
Yeah, I'm more of an observer.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how it goes usually for me. But for Sandra, to be honest, bro, back then, no drip. Like it was like, all right, like what's this guy gonna do? Yeah. But maybe she's like, I guess he's got potential. so she went with it, and it worked out. It worked out. It worked out.
You got drip now, so she made the good investment.
That's crazy. No, I think that's amazing, bro. I'm super happy for you. I'm happy to even be able to interact with your daughters. I think they're amazing, and the fact that I get to help them along their journey is a beautiful thing too. So I appreciate you allowing me to do that. I think that's really cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy that Johnny introduced us, and I'm happy you're here.
So you met him through Johnny at his wedding?
No.
How did you guys meet?
No, we met. He didn't remember, but I had to remind him. But we met in Seattle, right, Johnny? Johnny, was it in Seattle when you took us to shoot with him? Well, it was you shooting an event that you guys had at a car show. Was that in Seattle, or where was that at?
That was we went to Seattle, but it was, where was the practice at?
So it was Platinum Dental, and I was doing some investing on the west side for some practices, and we were doing the whole, like, it was the car show, remember? There was the whole car show and everything, and the practice was right next to that, and they were sponsoring like one of the events, and so that's where you and I got to meet for the first time.
We just met. We didn't have any long conversation or whatever, and I'm glad that I ended up seeing you again at Johnny's. I mean, I had seen you after that, but we had never really connected. And then I feel like at Johnny's wedding, we really connected, and we shared each other's stories back and forth, and that was pretty cool.
That was cool. And I remember back then when I was doing the Platinum Dental thing, and we were kind of expanding out to the west side. I just remember, like, Johnny would always tell me, "Hey, do this when you talk, like, do this," because dude, I didn't know how to be on a video, like, Johnny, and then Johnny was like, no, like, you gotta maybe turn this way or do that. I'm like, oh shoot, man. Like, so I mean, Johnny's been a key developer. I mean, he is,
for me too.
Johnny,
you're dialed, bro.
For me too,
bro.
Yeah, even just the short time that I've known Johnny, just with him, like, I met him through the podcast.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I met him literally 4 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have known each other forever.
I don't think I've met you before.
Well, I was at Alex's.
Well, yeah, that was that was a shit show. So that doesn't even count. But yeah, no, I literally met him like a month ago when we first started the pod. Yeah, and then I just I loved his passion within making sure that we're doing the right things.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so important when you're trying to do something with someone, or you're trying to, whether it's build something or create or whatever the case is, if you're around people that are going to call you out and they're going to help you be better, those are my kind of people, 100%. There we go. So that was one of the first things that I saw with Johnny that I really liked.
Yeah.
See, I remember he told me something and I was just like, oh shit, he's on me. I like that. That's dope.
But
cool.
I mean, honestly, he reciprocates energy too, because he felt like you were gonna call him out for some stuff. He's gonna call you out. You know what I mean?
My turn.
There you go.
There you go. Friend, though, for sure. I'd like to hold my people to a high standard, because I want them to do the same, and I want to surround myself with people that are going to push me to be a better man, better person. So, I think that's important.
Johnny is that guy.
Johnny, I've always for sure. Yeah.
I've always seen him as that guy too. When we're doing the videos, I'm always asking him, and he's always telling me. And sometimes he gets me in trouble too. He's like, "Dude, how are you not able to put that sentence together right now?" No, he'll tell me straight up, and I won't feel he won't make me feel bad.
He is you'll just say it straight face.
Yeah, it won't even.
Oh shit, okay.
No emotion.
No emotion, bro. No emotion, just cold killer, bro. You would be an excellent trainer. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If you did camera training with young people that are trying to get into the camera work, bro, you would. Yeah, you would murder it, bro.
You would do really well.
Top level camera crew.
And it's rare when Alex glazes too. It's rare when Alex glazes.
Yeah, it is rare. I give flowers when they're deserved. That's rare, bro. That's funny. I love it, man.
Yeah, but I remember that. That was the time that we got to link up in a little bit, Yeah. But yeah, Johnny's wedding though. I mean, Johnny again, right? He's the one providing that link.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then here, all the time, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, always
Yeah,
come in
right
and
here,
always
and
get
you would
treated.
come with your buddy. I forgot his name. Sorry.
Oh, my nephew.
Okay,
I
he's
come
your
with my
nephew.
nephew
Okay.
a lot. Yeah, he's actually a chiropractor
Oh.
out at Health Source in Pasco.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got, he does his thing over there.
Yeah. That's dope.
He didn't want to do the dental thing too much.
Yeah.
He's like, because it's funny, but I brought him in one day, and I was like, hey, like, shadow me.
Yeah.
And that day I was pulling all the teeth on somebody.
Oh Lord.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a laughing. I'm like laughing.
No,
yeah.
But you know what I mean. But like, it
You
was
were
just
pulling
that
them for-
procedure.
Yeah.
And my nephew came in, and he just like, I looked up at him, and I'm like, you don't look so good.
Oh, he was
Yeah,
pale.
oh, yeah,
He did not
no,
look good. And I was like, I don't know, man. And anyway, after that, I finished up. I got the thing all done. Like, we did some implants,
Yeah.
whatever. And then I got out of the room. And then he's like, dude, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this
Yeah.
stuff, man. I'm like, well, good. You're figuring it
Yeah,
out here.
yeah, that's good. Instead
you're
of
not
in the
fig-
middle of it. Yeah, I get that.
you're not figuring it
Yeah.
out. And then so he searched for other things, and he's like, man, like, chiropractor was it.
Yeah.
And that's what he loves. And so, he's doing his
awesome.
thing over there,
That's
man.
amazing.
He's loving it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Need to pay him a visit soon.
Yeah, right.
You should. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to
Get adjusted, yeah.
I
heck
really
yeah.
never have done like a full adjustment.
Really?
I've seen the videos though, and they're crazy.
Those go viral.
Yeah, they're. It's because the ASMR, like
Yeah,
you hear
the
the
crack.
and stuff. Yeah.
Well, then they started doing memes about him.
What?
Like when
like chill guy meme.
Oh,
Like those?
oh, crypto,
Like
crypto meme coins,
Hey,
man.
you and Johnny for sure need to make like a chill dentist meme.
Oh,
like
dude, let's do it.
like
Hey, Johnny,
when,
what's up?
Numbers,
when a patient is like, I don't know, for example, like a patient walks in and
Yeah.
you're just a chill dentist or
Nonchalant.
something. Yeah.
Nonchalant.
And you got to play that one music in the background, the chill music. You've heard it, right? In the memes, it always plays in the background.
Oh, it's the
If
same
I put
one?
it on right now, you would.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Put it on.
little. All right, let's do it.
I got a good question too.
Yeah.
What's
While
the
he finds this,
Yeah,
huh?
while he finds it. What's the process like with the veneers?
Okay,
And
okay.
I want to get into that a bit because I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people are gonna have these types of questions.
Yes. Yes.
When someone comes in and they're like, "Hey, like, Dr. Tony, I want to get veneers." What does that process look like usually for someone?
Well, the first thing is, there's a limit to what veneers can do,
Mhm.
right? And I just want to know from the patient what are their goals
Okay.
with their smile? Like,
Yeah.
what do they want?
Mhm.
And can I deliver that
Yeah.
with the veneer? 90% of the time I can, but sometimes it will require more work
Mhm.
than just a veneer.
Okay.
Because a veneer is literally just like a
cap.
shell,
Okay.
a
Yeah.
little tiny porcelain. It's like glass.
Yeah.
And it just goes right on the front of a tooth, and you just
okay.
bond it.
Really?
But it doesn't fix your teeth. Like, it doesn't like fix like if you have a cavity or
Yeah.
nothing. But what if you had a big cavity
Oh.
underneath there or a
Oh.
huge filling?
Yeah.
You have to take that filling out, and then is a veneer gonna be strong enough
Mhm.
to be able to hold that tooth
Yeah.
straight? And so sometimes we have to do crowns, and
Yeah.
you guys have seen it on TikTok,
Yeah.
right? They have to reduce a tooth
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
big
That's
time.
when they shave the teeth, right?
Yes.
And that's not good.
And that's
correct?
not good, but
Yeah.
the thing is, sometimes it's required
Yeah.
if the patient has a lot of decay.
Yeah.
Because then if you just put a veneer,
Mhm.
you're covering that decay. You're
Yeah.
not taking care of it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so
And it
then you
could-
have to actually reduce the tooth more to cover it fully
Yeah.
with the crown.
It could be
Yeah.
a problem in
So-
the future if you don't.
Right.
Yeah. Fix it.
Yeah. So then what I do is like, they come to me, they say, all right, I want veneers, doc. Like, I want to look like that. Cool. Like, I can definitely, most of the time, like I said, we can usually do that.
Mhm.
But I will sometimes have to reduce more tooth structure, and we need to do more of that. But for the most part, people's teeth are usually very healthy.
Yeah.
And they're, we can go ahead and just put that veneer cap
Yeah.
on there. But the first thing I do is I'll do a smile design.
Okay.
So like they'll come in and
Little
they get
X-rays.
pictures.
Yeah, you get X-rays.
Yeah, x-rays,
Uh-huh.
pictures, full exam, everything. I want to know everything about them.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's like there's nothing that we'd have to like, make
On
sure
that
there's
side?
I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
That
Was it?
scary.
Yeah.
I thought it was your
Yeah.
phone showing the chill song. I was like, that's not chill.
Oh, yeah.
That's not true.
That's not chill at all.
No, continue.
Okay.
Continue.
But so we'll do the smile design, we'll do scans, we'll do all that. I take all those records,
Yeah.
and then I literally do measurements,
Okay.
and I'll say, okay, ideally, where do their teeth need to be in their face? And once I find that position, I design it, and that's it. From there on out, it's like once it's designed, I know how much tooth structure I need to remove.
Yeah.
I know what to tell my lab. I know exactly where to go from there.
Yeah.
But I first need that design, especially if
Yeah.
I'm doing a full set.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
Do you have to ever like? Excuse me. Do you have to, if somebody comes in and their teeth are a little crooked, do they have to do like Invisalign or braces before they come in to get veneers, or are you able to just kind of fix that as well? I
Yeah.
think that's a good one too.
a good question.
Yeah,
So sometimes yes, you can. For the most part, so there's two ways of doing this. One, I've been to a training where they say you definitely need to align the teeth before you do the veneers.
Yeah.
You want to put them in the right, position before you do that.
Yeah.
And then I just went to a training, Miami.
Yeah,
You know,
Miami.
I went to a training a year ago, and the dentist doesn't do any orthodontics,
And he just goes
and he
straight.
just goes straight. You know,
Wow.
and so there's two schools of thought when it comes to that. Now, there are some cases where it's like it's too crooked to
Yeah.
where you can't, and it would
Yeah.
be a lot,
Yeah.
you know, to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's good to maybe do some Invisalign
Yeah.
or whatever to align the teeth
Yeah.
a little bit and then put them on. But for the most part, now because I've seen both, I think I'm like right in the middle.
Yeah.
Where
You
I'll
could kinda
still
gauge
do
it.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still do them if they have a little bit of crowding, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But I'm not the kind that's like I have to be perfectly straight.
Yeah.
I used to be that.
Yeah.
I'm more in the middle now.
Do
Yeah.
you think you're
I
more
like
in the
that.
middle now because you're more comfortable with what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've gotten like
Yeah.
used to it, right?
Yeah, I've done enough cases
Yeah.
now. I mean,
The
like
experience
Yeah.
again.
it's more experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Whereas
your
like
favorite word, bro.
The experience, dude.
the
I need to
full
learn a bigger word,
experience.
man.
You needed to
He's
shirt
gonna
this.
chat GPT it right
Yeah,
now.
bro, yeah.
But let's listen to this chill guy meme. I feel like this is a
Right.
good clip right here.
Let me hear it.
If we just chill and just
All right,
listen to
let me see
it.
how chill this is. Let me see. Is this calm?
I know you guys have heard that.
Oh yeah.
Is this like
That's the chill guy
this gives me
song.
what's that one cartoon? Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Got some Charlie
Yeah.
Brown vibe.
Yeah. And he looks like him too.
Yeah, he kind of does, huh? Have you ever seen Charlie Brown?
Kind of looks like me.
Yeah, it kind of does look like you. Just a chill guy.
Just a
I
chill
posted
guy.
that yesterday on my notes, on my Instagram notes. I said, I'm just a chill guy.
But you knew you're not.
I'm not chill at all. No, I'm terrifying. That's too funny.
But yeah.
I
No, but-
honestly have never heard that song. I'm not even going to lie to you.
On every post that they do with the chill guy, they play
Oh,
that music.
I haven't listened to the music. I
Yeah.
don't think that's the issue. Yeah.
Had
It
you
gave
heard
me
it?
Charlie Brown vibes.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so the meme coin.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Meme coin. I need to get into it.
You didn't get into it then, you
I
said?
didn't get chill guy.
Yeah.
I was late. I was 3 days late. I saw it and I was just like, oh shit, that looks.
Do you think it's too late, or do you think?
It's probably too late now. You don't think so?
Yeah, I think
would
it
say it's late.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
late. It's-
what's the market cap? It's like a
Probably
300
Yeah,
million.
it's like 350, 350
yeah,
million now.
that's
That's
too
not
much.
It has to be lower than 50. I think.
Yeah,
If it's lower than 50, you could come up.
right.
But
Yeah.
I'll always look, bro. I'll go on TikTok and I'll see people trading like on live, and I'm just like, oh, let me see what they're looking at. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I've been looking at that recently
yeah,
too.
it's
Yeah.
being that's
Watching
all
people's
that's on the
lives
internet
and
now.
like
It is.
I'm trying to analyze and understand how they're charting it, and I'm just like, I'm pretty much trying to teach myself how to do it. But it's just like, damn, I don't know. It's tough. I need to just join the Discord, I guess.
but it's
Shout out
it's
Osman and-
I mean, if you want to make like a good amount of money, you got to put a good amount of money into it too.
Yeah,
I
Like
mean,
I've been seeing
well,
like
you
if you
see
put
what-
like 3K, like yeah, you could probably maybe you could double your money and stuff.
Well,
But
there's people
that are
putting in-
dumping 30
Well, no,
to
there's
50.
people that are there's people that are
Yeah.
putting in only $1,000 into the meme coin, and
That's
they're
the
coming
thing.
up on
Yeah.
like millions, bro. Like
But that
millions. Like
well, yeah, but that's also a big gamble too.
well,
like
yeah,
not
well,
everybody's
see,
gonna
like,
be able
those,
to.
You're not
those
gonna-
people are like they know it. They know it. But I mean, if you're one of those guys that can come up on something like the day of and you could throw in $1,000, you could probably make a good 10, 15 for sure.
Right.
What's
For
good
sure. And that's
return?
what I want personally. If I could come up with good 10, 15, I'll go on another vacation soon.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do something, you know.
Hey, I mean, that'd be good.
Yeah, right.
No, but I was looking at some of those, and you have to get them within the first like hour that they come out.
Oh, really?
Like honestly.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. You
like,
got to be on
seconds
the charts
almost like
all the time. Like I was honestly
Because-
up till 3 a.m. looking at charts last night. I'm not even lying, on my phone, just trying to figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out.
a lot of people are doing it
Yes,
now, right?
dude. The
Like,
middle
it's
of the
like-
night is when they're coming out. Like 3, 4 a.m. is when they're coming out, and I found that out yesterday. And I was literally up last night until 4 a.m. trying to find new ones, and I couldn't. All I saw was like chill guy, and then I wrote one down. I gotta figure it out. Let me see.
There's chill fam,
chill fam,
chill guy,
chill guy. One of
Yeah.
my boys called one out recently
chill
too. I gotta
dentist.
look
In the
into
future,
it.
there's gonna be a chill dentist.
So when did Chill Guy
dentist.
come out?
Chill butcher.
Chill butcher.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Chill
Hey,
top
that's a
level.
good one. I think chill butcher.
Chill
Yeah.
top level.
Yeah, chill top.
Chill
level.
top level.
Hey, calm.
Calm
Guy.
guy would be insane.
Because he always uses that word,
That's my-
calm.
Oh, he does?
That's his word.
hoodie. He
Oh,
does
look at
use
the
that a
hoodie.
lot.
Look at the hoodie.
Show the camera, too.
Hold up. I don't know. Even
You're going to have to do the CU right there, the Ronaldo. Is that center?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it?
Cool.
You can't see calm though.
You can't see calm.
Hoodie's in the
Oh, yeah. Put up your hoodie. And then do the Ronaldo thing for the clip, for the clip.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Calm day claim hoodie.
Go ahead.
Got it?
Do the CU,
The hoodies
CU,
drop in
CU.
a week. Come up or don't.
You didn't do the Ronaldo pose, man.
I can't, bro.
Ah.
I'm Alexander. I'm a messy guy, personally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about
we gotta
that.
talk about that. Messi or Ronaldo?
Oh, okay.
Ooh, come
That's
on.
yeah. I agree with you.
Let's talk about it.
I'm mess for sure messy.
I love
I-
both. Don't get
yeah.
me wrong. I love both. I like Messi more as a player, personally. As maybe
absolutely.
like as like more of like a showman and like a businessman, it's Ronaldo. Obviously.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that dude.
Instagram
Bro,
followers.
yeah, he's unreal. Like,
That guy is like
yeah,
a
he's
machine.
different. Yeah,
bro.
no, literally. But yeah, for me it's Messi. We had this conversation on our first pod.
Yeah.
It was
So
really
it's for
fun.
you,
So-
Messi, too?
Is Messi.
Yeah.
Because I think Messi, like the natural talent and all that
Yeah.
is there, and he's got everything. But just how much he reminds me of, like, even seeing like Maradona
Oh, dude.
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day,
Yeah.
and just
way he
like
dribbles
the
the
way he
ball.
dribbles the ball and how it sticks to the foot.
Yeah.
Like that first touch is
Yeah.
insane.
And his
I mean,
body feints are crazy.
Yeah.
bro. That
Yeah.
was the big thing that I took from him, and dude, I love. That's my favorite. That's what I teach literally every kid I train.
Okay.
Because everybody's all into double scissors and this, and I think it's good to learn that
Mm-hmm.
because it helps you get more like comfortable with the ball at your feet. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
the biggest thing for a player, is how good is your relationship with the ball at your feet.
Okay.
Like, do you have a good relationship with the ball? Can the ball be on your foot the whole time and you can look up for a good 2 to 3 seconds and the ball's still there?
Yeah.
Or is your touch already way too far away from you?
Got it.
And the body feints, bro, are the most insane move and the simplest move you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to what I was saying, like the simplest players are the players that are the best.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, because he doesn't do
Dude, he
anything
doesn't
like
do
he's not
anything
doing crazy
no.
like
No,
moves or
he's
nothing.
Not, he's not Neymar.
He's
Like Neymar,
just-
don't get me wrong. Neymar too, unreal.
Yeah.
Top 5 for me, personally. If he never got hurt and he stayed at Barcelona,
Yeah.
he probably would have been the number 3 best player to ever play the game, in my opinion. Of
course.
It would have been Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar.
For me, he's still number 3.
I can't put him there anymore just because he
But
doesn't.
why?
Who's your
he-
top 3?
He doesn't play. He's not playing.
Oh, no, not right now, currently. Of
Yeah.
course not. But-
I actually, I really liked watching Raúl.
Okay,
you
yep,
know,
yep.
and then my favorite is this Ronaldo, but Brazilian Ronaldo.
Okay.
Okay.
Dude,
El
like,
Fenómeno.
Yeah,
the power that
Dude,
guy
yeah,
had, dude.
different, bro.
That was, because I would watch more of the World Cup
Yeah.
and like the national
Yeah.
teams and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think watching him and then Messi and Ronaldo. I mean, like you gotta put those guys.
Yeah,
they
they're
definitely
there.
are in that talk
Yeah,
up
they
there.
have to be.
And I never watched Pelé play.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
I didn't
too-
see that.
yeah.
Beckenbauer. I
Yeah.
never saw
Yeah, yeah.
that. You know, Johan
Yeah.
Cruyff and
Yeah.
those guys. But
Yeah.
I mean,
They're legends, though.
they're legends,
They're legends.
and so absolutely they
Yeah.
belong in that top tier
Yeah.
category. But because I didn't see him play, what I've seen right now,
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Messi, definitely and Neymar,
Yeah.
and then Ronaldo.
I think who I
Brazilian.
think's top 3 for me. This is also the player that got me into like falling in love with the sport. Ronaldinho.
Yeah, dude.
Ronaldinho for me was the like pinnacle of what soccer is, bro, because he always smiled. He always just danced with the ball, bro, and could effortlessly just go through anybody. And he was the most incredible player. When I was a kid, when YouTube first came out, they had it's called Joga Football.
Oh,
and
I
it was
remember
like
that.
a very old YouTube channel where it
Yeah.
was soccer, and it was literally him and Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the 2 Brazilians that started the channel, bro. And I remember watching Ronaldinho play, and I was just like, dude, this is what I want to do for a living. And I remember my first 5 or 6 pairs of cleats that I made my parents buy, they were all Ronaldinhos. Those are the only cleats I wore for like the first 6 years, and they're re-releasing them next year. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, Ronaldinho for me is top 3, personally.
That Joga Bonito when they would juggle in the
Dude.
locker rooms.
Yes,
remember?
bro. Yeah,
Like
and
the
they,
locker
they
rooms.
do that in overseas still.
They do.
That like it's unreal. The culture in Europe for soccer is so like, it's so different. Like you can't even describe it honestly. Like it's just like it's crazy. It's insane. And when you're actually in it and you're a player there, it's surreal.
Yeah.
But I never obviously played at the highest level or anything. But like
Yeah.
that shit's bro. Soccer is the most beautiful game, bro.
But I do remember watching highlights of Ronaldinho and even watching him play some of those games, and
Yeah.
with Barcelona and stuff. And the ones I remember the most, well, one of them is where he scored, like I think it was like 2 or 3 goals against
Yeah.
Real Madrid.
Hat trick, yeah,
The hat trick.
yeah.
When they
And
stood
then-
up.
Yeah.
Dude, and then Real Madrid fans stood up and,
Yeah,
and
applauded
clapped
him.
for him.
That was
Yeah.
the first time they had ever done that, I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah.
That
You know what's
That's
crazy
insane.
about that time frame was that was the same time frame Messi made his debut, and Ronaldinho gave Messi his first assist.
Oh, was it
Ronaldinho
that little
passed-
chip?
Ronaldinho passed the ball to Messi. Yeah, it
And
was
he
the
did
chip.
the chip,
and then,
yeah.
And then Messi hit the first goal. And Ronaldinho, after that game, said this is going to be the best player to ever play the game. And he was only 19. Yeah,
Dang.
shit's crazy.
Well, what's crazy now is that like that was Messi at 19, but
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal, they're already
Yeah.
saying that he's gonna be one of the best
Not
players,
even.
and
Well,
he's only
you don't think so?
17 or 16.
No, he'll be one of the best, but I'm like comparing him to dude. Like people don't understand. Like Messi at 22 had 4 Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this guy's 17.
I know, but there's so much talent, bro. I think Lamine Yamal's easily the best young
Yeah.
player right now, 100%. But like, I also think people are forgetting a lot of the youngins in the Prem, bro. Like, there's some
Yeah.
dudes in the Prem that are like Phil Foden.
Yeah.
That kid is unreal. He plays for Man City, and that kid is easily one of my favorite players to watch.
Yeah.
And there's so many young kids, brother. Arsenal has 2 brothers that are playing on the U19s right now, and those dudes will make their senior debut soon. Those kids will probably be up there too, which is just
Yeah.
crazy. The amount of talent in the world is unreal. Like people don't even understand it. That's why I think like even me training kids here, like there's so many good kids here, but like this is in Tri-Cities
Yeah.
compared to like the world.
Yeah, I
Like,
know,
it's
literally.
insane. Like it's
Yeah.
insane. And we're gonna have a guest come on here soon, which is like, he's such a good player. His name's Chris Aquino. He's younger than me. He plays for
Yeah.
Tacoma Defiance. Like a
Okay.
little brother to me. I love him to death.
Yeah.
Baller. He's a lefty. He's gonna come on the pod here in December. But like, he played for the U.S. national team.
Oh,
Grew up in
jeez.
Pasco. Plays for the Sounders, the Defiance, and he's been able to play against some pretty crazy players overseas too. So it'll be cool to hear his perspective. But like, yeah, dude, just the soccer world in general, it's just it's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, and then when you have countries that is their sport.
That's their only
That
sport,
is
yeah.
the one sport
Yeah.
that like they just
Live,
go
breathe-
crazy
live,
about.
breathe football.
It's
Yeah.
like then I mean it's
Here
hard
it's-
to do that.
I
you know,
also
it's
think
like, at
after
that
the
level.
World Cup though in 2026,
maybe,
I
yeah.
think a lot's gonna change, and they're gonna have games in Seattle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to that.
By the way,
Yeah.
I've been looking at some of those tickets.
Yeah,
Have you
I've been
seen?
talking to Jason about it, bro. It's
But have you seen the prices on
it's
those?
stupid, bro.
What are we talking? Price,
Dude,
price
I'm
rise.
talking like, bro.
Yeah. It's
It's
like
a
we're
house
not
payment,
making it,
bro.
or-
It's like a
Like we're gonna have to
you're
sell
gonna-
our house.
You're gonna have to get like an
I mean-
FHA loan, 3.5% down, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's-
that sell a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
Wagyu
like,
specifically.
got lots of
Yeah,
Wagyu.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro.
You do if you have
Yeah.
a killer month, Wagyu only, bro. You'll probably be able to go. Probably like 20K, 20, 30 grand.
Yeah.
For one?
The thing is,
Yeah.
okay, if you
Yeah.
want to, if you
Nosebleeds?
want to go to the final,
Yeah.
You want to go to the
final.
Final 100 grand.
Yeah, like and
Oh.
sit. I was looking at that.
Yeah.
Check them out on
The
like
final-
StubHub.
Where's it at? It's at.
It's at MetLife.
MetLife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's that in? That's in
It's in-
Dallas or.
No, that's
LA?
in New York.
New York, okay.
But I think it's in Jersey. I
Yeah,
don't
I know
remember
what you're
where.
talking about,
But yeah, it's over in that area.
The East
Yeah.
Coast.
Yeah, East
I
Coast.
lived there for a bit. That place is crazy.
Jeez, man, like
Yeah.
I saw that and I was telling Alexia, I was
Yeah.
like, hey,
Oh, we should go to a
let's
game.
go to a
Yeah, look at
game.
the prices, bro.
And then I looked at it and I was like, why did I say that? Dude, it was like,
so funny.
I was like, what?
Oh my
I mean, we're
goodness.
talking like the Super Bowl
Yeah.
is super expensive to sit
yeah.
close
It's an
by, right?
experience in
It's
general,
ridiculous.
but yeah.
But this,
Dude, this is
it's like three
Well, this
times
is the
more
World
the
Cup.
price. dude.
Yeah.
World Cup.
It's every 4 years. It's
Yeah.
not every
The
year.
final World Cup.
I know.
That
I
mixture.
know.
Insane. Imagine
Jeez.
going to the final last World Cup with Argentina.
Oh, that would have been
Oh
so
my
sick.
gosh, dude.
Watching
I-
Messi's last, possibly last final. I think it's probably his last
That's-
final.
yeah.
No,
But
I don't know.
him
He'll
winning
he'll
it.
probably do Copa. He'll run Copa again. Copa America.
No, I'm saying, like, World Cup,
yeah.
though.
I think he'll run the World Cup again.
You think
Him and
he'll come back?
Ronaldo- Him and Ronaldo will do one more for sure.
Maybe as like bench warmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I don't know if those guys they'll ever put him on the bench. you
I
know
need
what
them.
mean?
Oh,
to play
yeah,
on the
that would
same
be
team, bro.
disrespectful.
I need them
Yeah.
to play on the same
Miami.
team. Yeah, they're gonna do it in Miami.
I think
You
they
think
will.
so? Ronaldo's
Yeah.
gonna go?
Oh,
I
bro,
think so.
that's the only
Yeah?
place that has the money, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, they need to boot Luis Suarez,
Well,
man.
you know they got rid of. No, what, bro? No.
Yeah, he's not playing
guy's
that
a
good.
beast, though.
Yes, he is. He
not-
scores a goal like every other game.
I mean, honestly, I
You
haven't
don't
been
even
keeping
know.
up.
Because he expects 2 goals.
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
I
it's
ex-
MLS, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Have you been to an MLS game?
Mhm.
What are your thoughts? Like seeing the level.
I haven't
You go to
actually
a
been
Sounders
to I've been to a Chivas game in Mexico.
okay.
Oh, that's it.
So I've been there, and I've never been. Well, no, hold on. I saw Barcelona play the Sounders.
Here.
Remember a long
Yeah, that
time
was
ago?
like 2015.
Yes.
I was
so,
a kid. I went to
okay,
that game
you
too.
went to that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and I saw Messi score 2 goals.
Did you see Messi play in the Copa here in 2016?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't see
okay,
that.
I was there for
yeah.
that, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So
So
I took a Greyhound to see the game, and I went alone,
Oh,
bro.
dang, dude.
Yeah, I told my parents I was like, I'm going to this game, and they both worked, and I was like, buy me a Greyhound ticket, I'll figure it out. And I was only 16, bro, and I went, and it was like the craziest shit ever.
dude, it's just
It was
like
it was worth it. I saw the goat.
Of
Like, it was
course,
insane.
of course.
Bro, it was crazy.
you can't like even just like you can't on TV.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's like you can't understand it.
No.
Until you see him
see it in
live,
person, bro?
and it's just the way he just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's crazy to watch. And the thing is, like when he scored those couple
Yeah.
goals against the
Yeah.
Sounders, they were so beautiful.
Easy.
Those goals,
They
but
were
he
so
made them look,
effortless, though.
yeah, like it was
Effortless,
like,
and that's the thing with pro players over in Europe, bro. They make the most hard, complicated movements and things effortless.
yeah.
Like I'm talking, like they'll do it 99 times out of 100, and they'll mess up that one time. But that's another thing people think is like pros don't mess up. Like you watch a full 90-minute match, bro. Pros are messing up every minute, but it's like how do they fix their mistakes and how do they adapt, and then that's what makes them that good. Because
Yeah.
everyone messes up. Like,
Yeah, of course.
Part of it.
Yeah.
We're not robots.
Yeah.
Right.
Not yet.
I know. I was about to say it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Not
Elon
yet.
Musk.
Elon's there, bro.
Have you seen the Tesla
Have you seen
robot?
Yeah.
The Tesla bots.
Yeah.
What are your
What-
thoughts on that?
I want one.
I was thinking the
They're only
same
30
thing.
K.
I want
I
one.
was thinking the
Hey,
same
you know
thing.
they could be like cutting
It's
me
only
in the
a matter of
back.
time. I was gonna say
I could
it's
put 'em
only
to
a matter
wash
of time
dishes.
before they put them in manual labor, and then
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the employees save. The employers save so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Businesses, yeah.
Yeah, it's kinda-
I don't know that
sketchy.
it'll work with mine as much.
No.
We'll see. Maybe.
Maybe,
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, maybe. Yeah, they're
Oh,
right there.
yeah.
There's actually a robot now. It's called the Yomi robot. That it's in dental,
Mm-hmm.
and you put in the screen in the information you put in the 3D X-ray,
Okay.
and then the Yomi robot will read that, and it's like got this thing that they put on their jaw, on the patient's jaw, and that's almost like a sensor, right,
Yeah.
to like direct it. And the robot like has the drill at the tip of it, and so then it's like this thing right here, and you push. All you have to do is just push it, and it puts the implant, the dental implant,
What?
right in that spot.
Strategic and everything.
Yeah, you just do this.
You just touch it.
and it does it.
Let's try it on him right now.
Well, the robot's like 200 grand.
We're not there
So
yet.
am I, FIFA World Cup
FIFA,
or like, the robot.
But you think it's worth it?
I think that for somebody who hasn't done implants and like, wants to do that is a good way. And also if you're doing crazy surgeries where you're like restoring everybody's teeth. Remember, like I had to extract all those teeth from a patient. I was telling you. Well, it's like you have to replace these teeth. You extract all of them. You have to place all the implants. They need to go in the exact spot where they need to be. And so it's nice to have that help of the robot.
The precision.
Because you could just precisely put it exactly where you need to go. Because there's always human error, right? I mean, we're humans, but yeah. So
well, that eliminates that.
Yeah. And then Tesla might come out with something even like
Imagine
crazy.
a Tesla bot cooking a Juanito steak.
That'd be nice.
I wonder if
he
they
could bring it here,
I
and
wonder
then
if
we'll
they
be
could do
chilling.
it.
I think they could. Just
sure.
You think they could do it as good as you though? Probably not.
maybe better.
Program.
What, bro? I don't lie. No, never.
What? No,
I
not
think
ever.
I mean, those things you just program them.
Yeah.
Like, they're AI.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So,
So if you tell them like, hey, I want
You
a
know what's
perfect
crazy?
medium.
So AI is gonna pick up. It already is so advanced. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I think I would imagine you just tell it, cook me a perfect medium rare steak,
Yeah.
and then boom.
Yeah. Do you use AI for work at all? For anything that you do?
We don't use it, but there is a program out there that will read X-rays now and tell you this looks like decay.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and then
Before you can even see it.
before I can even see it.
Wow.
So from an X-ray, so they'll like scan everything. I know, right?
That's scary as hell.
Scan it all, and then they'll say, hey, this looks like there might be something there. I was like, dude, like these guys are getting into everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
It's
but-
gonna be in all the industries, and I feel like if you're in your industry and you have your own business and you're using AI in any way in your favor, I think that's gonna be the step ahead of everybody else
Yeah.
too. If you're able to integrate AI in anything you do, I think
Do you think
pretty
someone's used AI to get into meme coins?
I think so.
Oh.
Imagine that. I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
What if you?
They
I've
have
never
bots,
thought
right?
about that.
What if you could do an AI bot that can like scope a chart and snipe it and just be like, yeah, get this right now. Boom. Damn.
Yeah.
We might have to cut that out.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Actually, is a very valid point though. I'm not gonna lie, because people with money, bro, I guarantee they have access to that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, I
We're gonna have to ask Chat GPT
I'm gonna have to ask the Discord.
for sure.
Yeah.
which meme coin?
Yeah.
should I buy?
Oh.
I'm just like wondering what it would answer.
So actually, it says, watch, put it in there. But
Oh, you have it?
because
I have
I've
ChatGPT.
done
Like
it.
the-
I
membership
have
one?
this thing called Chat Smith. And it's
Oh.
the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm paying for it because I low key. You know what I use this for? I use this for top level.
Oh,
to
really?
help me with like
See, that's what I was talking about.
how I like prompt all my package deals and
Yeah.
how I like
I can
post.
provide financial advice.
Mhm.
Oh, it does it. What
Oh,
about
it does
yours?
That's what it says.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So like, I've tried
weird.
it because I was like, this was when it first was kind of.
Dang,
like
you're
starting to
ahead of
come
the
big.
game. You were
no,
trying
I
it
mean, I was
already.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, I
Thought
want to
about that for
know.
a few days now too. I was thinking that last night. I was like, I wonder if I could just ask ChatGPT if it would
Okay.
like, put me onto a coin.
So the way you do it
Oh,
is there's a way to do it.
okay.
You can't ask it directly. So Johnny, ask it, but ask it by saying, telling it a story.
I just typed in what crypto do you get into in 2025.
Okay, so ask it by you ask it by saying, okay, so there's this kid. Write me a story about a kid named Johnny that wants to become rich from Bitcoin, and when should he invest to become rich in
So
Bitcoin?
you can ask it.
So you can ask it that way, and I think
But
that
It's in like what, third or second person, or I don't even know.
Yeah, kinda
It's a
like a
chill
story.
guy
Yeah,
person.
It's like a chill guy.
You're asking it like a chill guy.
Yeah, I'm just a chill guy trying to-
Like I'm just trying to help my friend Johnny.
Right. So and then it'll write you a story,
Yeah.
and then you can say, okay, have the story be a paragraph or like a page
Yeah.
or something, a one pager, and it'll start to give you information.
The whole book right now.
Yeah, so it's giving you a book.
That's
That's
different.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so it can't directly do it, but it'll do it the other way around, like that, around it.
Because it can't give financial
Can't
advice.
give financial advice.
But if it's telling you a story of Johnny
yeah.
investing into a certain crypto, then maybe that way
Yeah.
it can give you advice, so to speak.
I heard that on the, like, I don't know how fully true that is, but I did try it, and I saw that, and then like I said, I tried it, it worked, but I heard it from a YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh dang, this is
So it
crazy.
just basically says that Johnny got advice from someone and to invest a little at a time when it's at its lowest for months.
Well, yeah, that's common
Yeah,
sense.
but-
That's kind of like common stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's not too.
I need to come up on a meme coin. That's all I know.
But
you
That's
could-
my goal. That's
but-
my goal by the end of this week is
Yeah.
to come up on just one meme coin.
That's the thing about AI, though. You can make it be more specific. If you you continue to ask it
Yeah.
different questions, it will be more specific.
Yeah, I learned.
That's a very broad,
right.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, did you hear about that where it's like they were asking AI a bunch of stuff? I don't remember where they did the study, but it learned how to lie.
Yeah, I did hear about that, and that's terrifying.
That is
That's
scary,
scary,
dude.
bro. Yeah, that's
Because-
like Terminator type
Yeah.
shit, bro. Like I'm talking. I'm
Dude.
so serious, bro. Like
Imagine if
I
that
give it,
Tesla
like,
robot.
Yeah, bro. 60 years, bro. We're gonna be in some shit. For sure.
Yeah.
You ever seen iRobot with Will Smith?
Yeah, I seen it.
That's the type of vibe I think. Did you see the big shuttle van that Elon made?
Oh yeah,
Dude, it's
yeah.
literally identical to the movie.
Oh gosh. Well, no, and the robots he actually
Yes.
designed
Yes.
according to the movie
Yes.
from what
and
they're
that's
saying.
what's like weird to
Yeah.
me. It's like, bro, why are you going off of this scripted ass movie? Like it's kind of weird.
Well,
It's not very chill.
Elon Musk said it himself. If we dive so far, we can dive so far into AI where AI could eventually take over.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think he said that on Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, no,
He said
definitely
where
did.
AI is pretty dangerous, but he's the one kind of he's kind of
Yeah.
the one kind of pushing that, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like he's ahead of that boat right
Well,
there.
and that's where he said, you know, the Tesla robot for him, I mean, he's been developing that for a long time, right?
Yeah.
But it's because these things, they take forever,
Yeah,
obviously.
100%.
But he said that he was on a talk show. So the Tesla car with the auto drive, like,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
what do you call it? Autopilot?
Yeah,
whatever.
autopilot mode.
Yeah.
I have a friend that has one in Seattle.
Yeah.
I've been in it. It's weird.
It's
don't
really
like
weird.
it. Yeah.
Well, he said that it took a long time for that car to react like a human.
Yeah.
Like, because
It's
so many
it's
sensors, right?
absorbing data though, and like
Yes.
learning as it. Yeah, no, because there's a lot of people that
Right.
first did it and they died.
They died. Yeah,
Yes.
they actually
People
like, they
died?
wrecked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Like from
Yeah.
I think it was in like 2017 or when
Yeah.
like Tesla first launched.
But
the
they were like hiding the
self-
stories, or
Yeah. Well, no, it was out, but
Oh.
like they probably got sued. But like you got to think about it. Tesla's a $1 trillion company.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're not gonna get sunken from a few people like dying. If I'm being honest, it's kind of crazy to say, but like.
I mean, yeah.
it's reality.
No, it's
though.
true though. Yeah.
Couple casualties.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
insane.
So no, but he said that what he did with that is like he wanted to develop something more, and so he said this was like years ago. What if we could use that technology to put into maybe a robot that is sitting in the corner of your house, and when you drop a sweater, it sees it and it goes and picks it up for you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was like, what?
That's pretty much
and
what
then-
the robot that they just released.
It's
is.
exactly
Yeah,
it.
that's
So
exactly
that's what he's
Yeah.
doing. I was on a flight, and this was actually when I was going to Brazil. But I was on a flight, and it was I was sitting next to this guy, and I was like, hey, you know, what do you do? We started talking and stuff. Well, he's like, oh, I'm a pilot, and I was like, what? That's cool, man.
You were
And-
sitting in first class, huh?
yeah, it was.
That was a given if he's a pilot.
Yeah, it was. But like,
He's like, yeah.
all right. So, but anyway, we were chatting, and I was like, oh, so who do you fly for? He's like, well, I fly a private jet, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
like, I
different.
was like, dang, I've never met anybody
That's
that
cool.
flew a private
There's
jet
people
like
here
that.
that have some PJs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Here in the
Here
area.
in Tri-Cities. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
That's insane.
big time stuff.
Yeah, that was insane.
So, but yeah, he said he's like, and I asked him, I was like, well, who do you fly for? And He's like, well, SpaceX.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I was like, what? Like actual like Elon Musk, like SpaceX? And he's like, yeah. And I said, well, can I ask who you fly?
Yeah.
You know? And he's like, yeah.
He
He's
flies
like,
anyone?
yeah.
Really?
But he couldn't say his name.
Oh, but
He's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah. I fly the executives of SpaceX.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, like this
Yeah.
is crazy. I mean, super cool,
Super
right?
crazy,
And a
yeah.
very cool guy, by
Yeah.
the way. Like one of the
Yeah.
coolest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of like started talking about it. And I was like, well, what's the difference between that plane,
Yeah.
like, and the other planes? And so anyway, we got all the
Yeah.
into all this stuff. And then I asked him about Elon,
Yeah.
but I couldn't say Elon.
Yeah.
But I was like, what about the guy?
Yeah.
What's he like? You know, because you
Yeah.
get to spend a lot of time with
Yeah.
him. And he says, he was like, you know what? It's really interesting because the guy works 30, 40 hours straight
Yeah.
and won't stop.
Yeah.
We'll just work,
That's
work,
insane.
work, work,
Yeah.
work. And he said that there was one time he had to be in London for a meeting, and he just fell asleep because he had already worked like 35 hours, and so he's just done.
Yeah.
And then so fell asleep, couldn't get up. They were trying to get him up, and then the other pilot says to them, "Leave him alone, let him sleep. He needs this." Fell asleep for like a couple hours, got up, and said thank you to them for letting him sleep, and went right back to work for another like 20, 30 hours.
That's so crazy.
And
Dude's a robot.
dude, yes.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I was like, dude, that's crazy. So like he probably has family, friends coming on the flights and stuff with him. He's
For
like,
sure.
nope. He's like the guy. He's like, I feel kind of bad. Like when you see him, like the guy has given everything up for what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's got family. We know he's
Yeah.
got kids and family and stuff.
Yeah.
But
He's got
the
a
thing
bunch of
is,
kids.
like,
He has
Yeah,
multiple-
yeah. I mean, yeah, but it's kind of like one of those things where, yeah, the guy is completely and
Alone.
utterly dedicated to what he's doing.
That's crazy. I don't think I've actually met somebody like that. Like,
Yeah,
like that. How they talk about him to that extreme. Because I think I've seen like other interviews where people work for him and they're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
They're saying the same thing. It's not just like one person's perspective on him. Like it's multiple people that are actually involved in like seeing this
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
do so many different things because he's in so many different industries. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
We'll have to get him on the pod.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
I'll give
that. I
you the
love
name
that.
of
He
the-
right
I'll
away
give you
said,
the name
yeah.
of the pilot, you know? You guys work-
No, we'll do it on the PJ in between his nap.
Right. Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, you got to catch
Yeah,
him in
you gotta
between the
catch him in
nap.
that 1
Yeah.
hour.
In that little
Yeah.
window right
Yeah.
there.
Right.
That's
Maybe
too
during
funny.
his nap, we could, just chill with him.
Oh, wait.
Wait, whoa.
Jose,
Wait, hold on.
That's a little too
No. Not like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
calm, that's
Chill
calm,
guy.
that's calm.
Chill guy.
Chill guy.
Yeah.
That sounded so weird after I thought about it.
That's
He
wild.
said, I'm gonna
bro.
be right with you. Don't worry.
He's pushing. You know what Elon does? He pushes Doge a lot.
He does.
He pushes Doge.
Yeah,
a
well,
lot.
can't-
he's heavily invested in
Yeah,
that stuff,
he's pushing
man.
Doge a lot, which is crazy to me.
Well, and when Trump got elected,
I was gonna talk about that. I didn't know. If
dude,
we were able
let's
to
just,
or not.
can we or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when Trump got elected, not to get into politics at all,
No,
I love
yeah.
how we all looked at Johnny to make
Johnny?
sure it was okay, and he was just like,
I'm very neutral, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
for me, whatever. It's
Yeah.
like it's cool. But it's when he got elected, my crypto,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
dude, it took off because he
Yeah.
was at the Bitcoin
It's
conference.
Bitcoin's
That's
probably
insane.
gonna hit 100 grand within the next day.
Dude,
Boy,
did
it's
it
already at
do it?
99.
Did it do it today?
No, I don't know. Like it was at 99.
Is that 99? I'm gonna look.
Yeah.
I'm looking on Coinbase right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I thought that was crazy though. Yeah, it's at 98. It's down right now.
Is it?
Buy Bitcoin.
98.8.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been following. So I've been in crypto for 4 years.
See, but I don't understand why.
4
we can't
years.
buy
Did you get in
memes.
2021?
I got in
Or
2021.
2020, sorry.
Yeah, and I lost so much money.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of money
Like
because
you-
I got in at the end of it.
No, okay.
Johnny, did I know you back then? How long have you been with the 2 years? Okay, I didn't know you then, but I lost a lot, man. My wife was so bad.
Yeah.
She was like, "You did what? You lost how much?"
You ever
Because
hear
it was
about
super.
Smack?
No.
It was
I
super
haven't.
hyped up during
This-
that
This
time.
happened this morning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, this was literally 12 hours
Did
ago.
we miss
But
something?
this doesn't make sense to me. It says Smack is not tradable on Coinbase. You can't even buy it.
So what is it on Solana or is it on?
I think this is on.
What about Weeble? Maybe you can buy it on Weeble.
Yeah.
I got
Phantom is a good one.
a good app to get.
Yeah, Phantom, because you can buy all the Solana coins.
Is that what you? Is that what you use?
That's what I
Phantom?
use.
Okay,
So that's where you can buy Chill Guy
okay.
and all those. Like
Is-
on
do I
Phantom.
need a wallet or just Phantom in general?
Phantom, yeah,
This
the
one?
Phantom wallet, yeah, that's where
Better get
you can
that, bro.
go and get.
You want to be a chill guy, you better get this.
So from Coinbase, you just accept it on, with the receiving
Okay,
address
yeah.
from Phantom, the Solana address to that from Coinbase,
just
you send it
transfers?
over, yeah,
Okay.
because the Chill Guy is on Solana,
Oh, okay.
So-
I understand it now.
yeah, it's on
I
that
understand
network,
it now.
yeah,
Okay,
so you
bet.
send it over there.
But I'm gonna have to make
Mhm.
I feel like there's still maybe a little bit of room to
Oh.
make on Chill Guy.
that.
Maybe, just a little bit, not
but-
like something crazy.
He's
He
like,
wants to buy it so bad.
I do.
Right now.
Hey,
While
look
we're on
up,
the-
Hey,
um,
maybe this podcast will boost Chill Guy.
there you go. Yeah. Bye. No, but Rismus. Check out
Ooh.
Rismus.
Christmas?
Why did I just see
Dude,
something like that?
I just bought that before coming here. I was like, I'm not even gonna be able to check it. I'm gonna be on the podcast. So I was getting kind of
Is it
nervous about it. I should probably check it.
Riz Solana, Rizmus.
Yeah, Riz MAS. It's not. Yeah, it doesn't even show up.
Yeah.
Go. Do you have Phantom already?
I just downloaded it. Let me try to.
Okay,
Get
yeah.
let me create a wallet real quick.
Okay, cool.
Use Face ID. There we go.
How much are you putting in?
How
Uh,
much money? What do you think? Like $1,000? Like
I
just
mean,
in general.
I-
What do you think's a good starting point to like just be able to kind of play with, knowing that like because obviously whatever money you throw
It's
into
not
it,
financial advice.
Yeah, I was about to say that disclaimer.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
you got to be able to like be okay with it disappearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how,
You know
that's
what I
how I
mean?
look at it with the meme coins
never
and
really
investing.
gambled
Like you
though
got to be
either.
okay with like putting that money and
You do.
it's possibly going to be gone tomorrow.
So my suggestion for like my son who's in it, and then for my nephew that we actually have a chat going. My son, my nephew, and me.
Cool.
We're always like talking about meme coins because I mean they get excited about meme coins.
Yeah.
Because somebody young is like they want to make the money right now.
Right.
And for me, I'm more of like
Long
I
term.
want long term. And it's like they're like no, like pump and dump. Let's
Yeah,
go. Which
literally,
one?
bro.
And so I was telling them, I was like, look, 80% of your portfolio should be like
Long term.
big stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long term stuff. And 20%, do whatever the heck you want to do with
Yeah.
it. You want to throw it into meme coins,
Yeah.
whatever you want to buy,
Try it.
totally fine.
Try it
Just
out.
screw around with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of like what you want to do. Some people do 50%, another,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's kind of risky because
Yeah.
that's a lot of money to be thrown around
Yeah.
like that because it's all like relative. Some people
Mm-hmm.
have more to put in than the others, and so it's just kind of how it goes. But I think that 20% rule
That's a good
might
rule.
work okay, or
like
even
that.
10% or
Yeah.
whatever, whatever
Yeah.
people are comfortable with. But yeah, they said they just bought Yoshi.
Mm.
So there's
I
that.
heard of that one.
Yeah. So there's Yoshi, and it's gone up 50 in 3 minutes. They said.
50%.
Yeah, in 3 minutes.
Your kid just did it?
They sent me this at 10:20. So check it out right now. I don't know where it's at right now.
I gotta look. Yoshi.
Should we all just hop in right now?
Let's go,
Put
right?
50 grand on it.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. Yeah. There's.
Dang, Johnny's already on it too.
Yes, sir.
Wait, look, are you on
I don't know how to work this. bro.
You're on Phantom?
Yeah, but I don't know how to work all this.
Hey, but you guys have. So you guys had on guys who did crypto, right?
Yeah,
Like-
we had
they
on,
have their own Discord and
Yeah, they have their own
Oh, they
Discord.
do?
That's the guys that we were telling you about. One of the
Yeah.
guys in their Discord actually recently he started with $25 and he made $12 grand.
Okay.
Like yesterday. So and they called out Chill Guy 2 days ago.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
So
They've been making good calls. They were on Spy early too. Spy.
Yeah, they're on
I don't know if you
Start a
played-
group chat with these.
You know
guys.
what else is crazy?
Yeah.
You know what else is crazy about that Discord? The manager of Lamborghini in Bellevue is in that Discord too.
What?
Yeah, one of the homies, his name's Osmond. He's like really big into cars. Like he's a big car guy, especially here in the valley. He's friends with some pretty crazy people, but yeah, the manager of Lamborghini Bellevue is in that Discord. So
Dang.
I mean, when those types of people are in the Discord, like you gotta know it's legit.
Yeah.
For sure. What is
Yeah.
it? It's what, $20, $30 a month?
It's 40
Oh,
bucks a month.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not terrible. I mean, you can make
for
it back.
what you can get
Yeah.
out of that,
Yeah.
and they post all the stuff. That's
I don't know. I haven't
biggest
joined it yet.
things.
I need to join
So it's
it.
like a group of 3 or 4 of them that are calling out the plays, and I mean they all look like they're doing pretty good. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Julian, though, the other guy that we had on, he trades forex, so he does like
Oh.
SPF 500 and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he does that. He day trades, but he does that while he's working at BMW because he's a mechanic.
Oh,
So he's
got
been
it.
doing He's been working for BMW as a mechanic for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But he does day trading throughout the day, and he has calls like every day, probably like $600-$700 days. But he's been doing it for like 5 years, so like you could see it. But then again,
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but I'd love to learn it for sure.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of the new wave, bro. Like,
It really
that's,
is.
Like, yeah, obviously you have your own business that's in person and like you're exchanging time for money, but I think that's the key nowadays for sure, for like just freedom or whatever you want to call it. 100%.
Well, it used to. So Raul Paul, who's a big, he used to work for Goldman Sachs, and he's like used to be a Goldman Sachs executive. He said, he's like, the reason crypto is so big is because this is the first time in history where, because the baby boomers did so well.
Yeah.
Right. They were like the strongest generation.
Oh, insane.
Like it's insane. They brought so much.
Yeah.
Well, millennials now cannot afford a house. They can barely afford a house.
Yeah.
And baby boomers had a house like the whole
At, like,
time,
20.
right?
Yeah.
So like this is one of the first times in history that now the next generation actually is worse off than the previous.
Yeah.
And so millennials, we are turning to say like something different that's not what the baby boomers had, that same system. So now we're looking to crypto. We're looking to something else to try to make our money because that system isn't working for us. Like we need to be able to afford a house.
It's outdated.
Yeah,
it's very outdated. A lot of the just the systems that are in today's day and age in society are so outdated. Even within schooling, like within public schooling, like even that's outdated. If I'm being honest, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way they teach.
Hot take. Hot take.
Yes.
Yeah. Like going into like from high school, like for me, elementary, middle school, and high school, bro, like I didn't learn shit about like real world stuff.
Yeah.
I really didn't. Like
business
honest to God,
and all that.
I mean, you can even say like
Financial
obviously
advice.
you went and got your degree, you became a doctor.
Yeah.
But would you say that you've learned more in the field than in the classroom, learning
my
from
gosh,
other people?
Man. Like I to be honest with you, like, so I have ADHD.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my shit's off the walls, bro.
It was so hard for me going through school. I did it because I had to, I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
Right. So I
You had
was
to make that
motivated to do
sacrifice,
that, and I had to do that
Yeah.
when you move forward. But it was a struggle, and I just remember, like, always thinking, it's like, man, I don't know how much of this I can do, But I stuck with it. Now I'm like, this is so much better because I'm learning at a course at my own speed.
Yeah.
Like outside of it, and everybody's super nice to each other, and like will share information, and you really learn more as hands-on.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like you're just learning. That's why. That's why they call it a dental practice, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you really are learning too as you're going and developing and stuff. But yeah, it's real world, man. There's no way,
like you can't learn something in the classroom, in my opinion, bro.
Yeah, it's very
like I
tough.
mean, there's certain things, yes, 100%. Like again, if you want to be a doctor,
Yeah,
if you want to be a nurse, a lawyer, those types of things, for sure you have to go to school. But I also think once you get to that spot where you got your degree and you go into the real world scenarios, you learn so much more. That's when you become successful with it, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's another reason for me why I didn't really do well in school. Honestly, that was it. Dude, I actually, honest to God, so the first thing I did is I went to Walla Walla Community College for 2 years.
Okay.
Because out of high school, I had decent grades, but I didn't have good enough grades where I could just go to any uni I wanted to.
Yeah.
For soccer specifically, because that's all I obviously wanted to do. I had offers, but I just didn't have the grades. I would have had to like redshirt or sit out a year to be eligible to be able to play on the team.
Okay.
Because of academics. But my sophomore year at Walla Walla CC, we were supposed to, for my English 101 class, I can't remember the professor's name or anything, we wrote an essay on what we wanted to be. And I wrote this essay, and he's grabbing just random essays and reading it to the class and just giving examples as to like what works and what doesn't. And I obviously talked about wanting to play professional soccer. Yeah. And this dude literally said, "You're at Walla Walla Community College and you think you're going to play in Europe? Like, are you serious?" And
no way.
I swear to God, I can't believe that I didn't talk about that earlier. And
man.
It's similar to your.
Yeah.
And I remember that day, I had my buddy Landon Radliff right next to me, who was on the basketball team. He went to Richland High, so I grew up with him. And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I looked at the professor. And that week, I dropped out of college because of that. And I was just like, there's no way I am paying for a class where obviously I'm not one to say like whatever someone makes that's who they are. But I looked at him and I was like, you make maybe $60,000 a year and you're going to sit here and you're going to tell me what I'm going to be when I'm older and that I'm not going to be successful because of what I want to do. And I remember when I went, dude, I literally remember this. When I went to Europe, he had me on Facebook and I had my stats teacher on Facebook, and I posted that I played pro in Italy, and he messaged me on Facebook and he apologized to me.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude.
And I was just like, but that week I remember I was like, I can't be in a classroom, bro. Like, it's not for me. It wasn't for me.
That's gotta be a good feeling.
It was
though.
crazy.
That's gotta be
I
good.
I just remembered that, but that was literally a thing. He looked at me and he laughed when I had a full like essay on like why I wanted to play professional soccer overseas, and he was just like, "You're a Walla Walla Community College, bro."
But aren't you glad that he said that?
Oh, I love every
you know
single
what I mean?
everything.
After the fact.
Oh, 1,000%.
know?
I wouldn't go back and change anything that I've done, because I know that if I had it differently, I wouldn't be in this position that I'm in to like be able to like help others out. You know what I'm saying? Even with like his kids, with other kids that I train, all that kind of good stuff. But I also think, and I talked to you about this when Alex was on the pod, I think if I had a different atmosphere and I was put in a different system within soccer, like whether it's like a pro academy or something like that, or I had more exposure rather than me having to go figure out my own exposure and me having to go get it for myself, which I think everybody should have to do that. I think everything would be different within like my career with soccer for sure. Yeah. 100%. But then again, like I trust like my journey and what God has planned for me and everything, to where it's like I know where I'm supposed to be at, which is fine, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. But yeah, dude, that was crazy.
Oh man.
For sure, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure that hit you pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it was sick. It was a cool time.
It was a cool time. You want to cue the outro?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Yep, Dr. Tony. What an experience, as Jose the Butcher would say, to have you on the pod. We had our first Wagyu experience on the pod. I would say it was really good. Appreciate you coming on, bro. Honestly, it's always a good conversation with you, and to be able to just have a visual for it for everybody is amazing. So couldn't thank you enough for coming on, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's great to be here, man. Being surrounded by people like you guys is like we just talked about how important it is to surround yourself with the right people, and 100%. I think that's that energy that we have at this table right now is exactly what is needed to be able to get to those places where we want to be.
100%.
So I appreciate that. That's really inspiring conversations today. Hearing both of your guys' stories is really nice as well.
Yeah, it was cool hearing yours too, man. Honestly, I've been interested. I think we'll have to definitely run this back.
Yeah.
In like 6 to whenever we need
soon,
to do it. Yeah,
soon.
We'll have to do it soon, because I think there's so much more we could talk about that we haven't even talked about. It's crazy. Like we could sit here for hours. Yeah. So
we could make this like a 3-4 hour podcast, but it's getting pretty late.
Oh yeah, I was like, what's the time anyway?